Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you all the different parts that you would need to gather in order to achieve what I believe to be the ultimate 1/6 scale custom figure representation of the original Michael Myers, the Shape from 1978's classic horror movie Halloween by John Carpenter. Now, this being a custom figure, it's not something you can walk into a store and just buy. It's not an officially licensed piece. It's a custom figure comprised of different parts made by incredibly talented artists from across the globe. The head sculpt was sculpted by a particular artist, and then it's painted and haired by a completely different person. The coveralls are made by a different artist. The knife is made by a different artist. It can be very daunting when you're starting down this little journey to complete the figure that you're seeing in my hands in this video. It's an incredible piece. It took me a long time to get it done, and in the beginning it was very daunting because I didn't know who to reach out to for information. There is a very handy video on YouTube by Darth Magnus. If you type in his name into YouTube and Michael Myers, it's the one with the figure holding the white telephone up to the mask. Very helpful video. Also got to give a massive shout out to Michael Cortez, who helped me get my coveralls. Some really good guys out there, OGs, who are very helpful on Facebook. You can reach them. Alright, I'm going to break down the figure and we'll take a look at all the different parts. So the first thing we have here is the body, and this is a body made by a company called Hot Toys, and it is actually intended for their Bruce Banner figure from the first Avengers movie, I believe. So this is the one that I was advised to get. It's the one that Darth Magnus mentions in his video on YouTube those years ago, and it served me very well. Really nice joints, nothing's loose, and it's all very, it holds a pose very well. The main reason for this particular body is that nice double bend in the elbow. Obviously, with the arm being able to be positioned like this, you can get those iconic holding the knife up poses. And a very realistic looking neck, which you can just about see between the mask and where the t-shirt would be. So it is a very good body to use. So that is the 1/6 scale Hot Toys Bruce Banner body. Onto the coveralls, and they are made by an artist named Yunsil. They also provide this black undershirt that come with the coveralls. They are very expensive. Back when I got these about 3 years ago, something like that, I believe it was about $250 to $300, and I remember thinking, am I really going to put out that much money on, a 1/6 scale set of coveralls? But they really are the best you can get. There's quite a few people doing coveralls in 1/6 scale these days, and they're all pretty good, but the bottom line is, if you want the best, you got to go to Yunsil when it comes to the 1978 look. These are just incredible. Now, the price has gone up recently. They decided to do one more run because the demand was there. Now, the artist Yunsil, who makes these, doesn't really like horror movies and doesn't like working on these apparently, but they are the best at it, so it's a damn shame that they don't love it more, because maybe they'd make more of them, or maybe tackle the H2 Dick Warlock coveralls as well. That would be pretty amazing. But here we have, you can see the elastic around the waist there is absolute perfection. A movie accurate hole in the elbow on that side on the right arm. Very, very cool. Now, I did dye mine navy blue. It hasn't really taken that much. They're still kind of like a charcoal grey, just with a hint of blue to them. As you can see, really movie accurate colour now. But there they are, Yunsil coveralls. These days they're running for about $350. Now, a lot of you won't be up for paying that kind of money for something like this, but if you want the best, that's how it is. To the boots, and these are made by an official company named Hot Toys, and these were originally for their Platoon figures in 1/6 scale. So if you go on eBay and type in Hot Toys Platoon boots, you might find them. They're getting a bit rarer now these days because a lot of people know, that you need these for your Michael Myers figure. I also have just some plain black boots that I use sometimes without the green section here, but that is the movie accurate. That's the key there really. But once the coveralls come down over the top of the boots, you don't see the green section. So a lot of my Michael Myers figures actually just have completely black boots because these are quite expensive and quite hard to track down. But at least I have one pair. I also have a completely sculpted version. That was thanks to Justin and Anthony Sang. Picked them up for me in Hong Kong, so shout out to those guys. But those are what you need, really. If you want the ultimate figure, you got to go for the really accurate jungle boots from the Vietnam War. So they are the Hot Toys Platoon boots. On to Michael Myers' signature knife from 1978. This one was made by Fergo Black, and you can find him on Instagram at Fergo, that's Fergo, and then Black, and he does incredible work. I mean, this knife is incredibly sharp, very dangerous, and he makes them in quarter scale, the 7-inch scale for the NECA figures, but this is obviously a 1/6 scale knife, and you can just see the craftsmanship on this. It's real metal, real wood, and it's as good as it gets. There are many other artists out there now bashing out some incredible work when it comes to the 1/6 scale weaponry, and there may even be people who are completely on par with this, but this is my experience, and I got to tell you that Fergo Black just makes exceptional replicas of, you know, famous weaponry from films. So this is what I have with my Ultimate 78 Myers, a Fergo Black 1978. What's the name of it now? Is it the Lamson? Something like that? But that is the knife by Fergo Black. Now, the all-important and very vital movie-accurate head sculpt. This may not be something that you can easily get your hands on anymore, and it never really was that easy to get this. This is a sculpt known as the Mad Bug version 2 Nick Castle stretch, made by the artist called Mad Bug, which I know very little about. All I have is the name Mad Bug. I don't have the real name, or I don't even know where he's based. It's very mysterious, but I kind of like that. It adds to the mystery, and for Michael Myers, that suits it pretty well. But the sculpt, being by Mad Bug, is actually then painted and haired by a completely different person, and the chap who painted and haired this was Mr. Nathan Eakins, aka Silent Surfer, quite a well-known artist, really good paint skills. Now, it's just an exceptional piece of work right here. I mean, I like the hair a lot. I have used a little bit of product in that just to get the kind of flicks and the horns at the side, which have kind of disappeared a little bit. Let's just bring that one out. Very important to get these little horns showing. You need them. And a great paint job on the mask. And the eyes inside here, if I can just get this light and shine it, you can see, I mean, it's just absolutely incredible work. They're really deeply embedded in the mask, so when the light is shining from above, you just can't even see it. It's just the blackest eyes. But then if you really want to see the eyes in there, you can. And they are very, very creepy indeed. So, like I said, it's pretty much the best you can get. This is the Mad Bug version 2 Nick Castle stretch, painted and haired by Nathan Eakins, aka Silent Surfer. And it took a long time to finally get this, but I am really, really happy that I have it. It's a piece of 1/6 scale history as far as I'm concerned, because it really is an exceptionally accurate looking head sculpt. And here we have my Beto Metalli original 1978 movie accurate pumpkin. This is incredibly well done. I've got quite a few pumpkins made by all kinds of different folks, different artists from around the world. This is the one I'm told is the rarest. My buddy Joe Bratton did mention that this is actually quite a rare piece to have, so I'm very grateful to have it, and got to give shout out to Michael Cortez who helped me get hold of this. It's just a very movie accurate looking pumpkin. It does have the, the entry point underneath where you can get one of those little blinking lights and stick it inside so that it lights up, which does look very cool. Now, you're not going to be able to get this, folks, I'll be honest with you. Maybe one or two of you might achieve it, but I will actually show you now a much cheaper and easy to get hold of alternative, which obviously doesn't look as good as this, but will make a pretty good alternative. So we'll get a look at that now. So we'll take this away, and this would make, you can see the difference. It's kind of night and day. But this is actually the pumpkin that comes with the Mezco Michael Myers figure that looks like this guy right here. It's made by Mezco, and it comes with a pumpkin that just happens to be 1/6 scale.
So if I put this one beside the Beta Metalli, you can see size-wise, this one's a little bit bigger, but it's basically the same. So if you can't get yourself the best, then get yourself something like this. I think this would work just fine. A really nice sculpt on this. Pretty movie accurate looking. Now for the hands, with the hand that's dangling down on the left hand side that's not holding anything, I use the DX11 Heath Ledger Joker hand by Hot Toys. This is one of the hands that comes with the DX11 Heath Ledger Joker, and I just like the way it looks. The sculpt on it is really detailed, very realistic looking, and quite grimy as well. So that is the hand that I used for his left hand. And over here, I've got so many different ones of these. This is just the one that I'm using right now. But that's a good knife holding hand right there. It looks really kind of, looks very Michael Myers-esque with the kind of bone showing through the hand and the veins. It looks like he's really gripping the blade. But you could use a multitude of different hands, really. The skin tones on these two doesn't match perfectly, so I really need to take the time and dig into my collection of hands and find something that actually matches up with the DX11 Joker hand a bit more skin tone-wise. But I've never had anyone point out a difference in the color that they can see. It's quite subtle, really, but it is there. But, you can get all kinds of hands. I just really like this DX11 Joker hand for the more relaxed look down by his side. Just think it looks very real. So you can use any hands you want, really, but just choose some good ones. There's a bunch out there. The one you really want, and I actually have it on my H40 Michael Myers over on the shelf, is where the thumb is more kind of positioned like that. And that would be the Hot Toys Leonidas, what's his name? Leonidas from 300. The 1/6 scale 300 figure by Hot Toys. He comes with a hand holding onto a spear that is in that exact position. But this does pretty good, That's just the basic, just holding it like that kind of thing. But anyway, hands, you can get whatever you want, really. Make it work.
Just something to keep an eye out for on your Yunsil coveralls and the undershirt. The label should look like this. And that goes for the undershirt as well. I'm just putting my figure back together again now, and I noticed that and thought it would be worth showing you. I don't know if the 82 is specific to mine or if that's just the general number for something. I don't know, but keep an eye out for that. Now, because we're using the Hot Toys body with Hot Toys boots, you're not going to see it, but there's a little peg joint in there that will clip in here, and it should give us a nice satisfying click. There we go. So now that is attached. Just pull the coveralls over, and we have ourselves totally accurate 1978. Look at that. That's what you want right there. The green action. But not that you can see it once the coveralls come down. But that's our movie accurate boot action right there. Alright, now here are the coveralls, the undershirt, the body, the boots have all been put together, and you can already see, even though the head sculpt is not on there, the hands are not on there, the way this fits together, it's just perfection. The way the coveralls sit on the body, everything about it, it's just really, really movie accurate. So, and then you would take your head sculpt. As far as how that connects onto the body, you're literally just going to fill the head with blue tack and then push it down onto the neck. And that will stay on there nice and secure. And your hands, they have these little holes that go onto the little wrist pegs like so, and that's very easy to put on. And just put the knife in his hand, put a pumpkin beside him, you're good to go. And there he is, all finished again. An absolutely stunning 1/6 scale figure that any horror fan would be proud to own. You're going to need something for Michael to stand on, so here we have two different Hot Toys bases. This is an old school Hot Toys style stand with a decal by Joe Turner on Facebook, and that looks fantastic. Or this one over here, which was a DX11 Joker Hot Toys base, which I painted black, cut out the Halloween font from a DVD cover, got some grass that you can put down and like a model shop and the leaves as well. So that's optional for you guys, but you will need something for your figure to stand on. You don't want to trust him balancing like this, although he can. So guys, that is the complete figure. I hope this video helped some of you guys out. If it did, or if you've enjoyed the content, don't forget to drop a like on the video Make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell icon so you get notifications every time I upload a video. Check me out on Instagram and Facebook at DeanKnight333. And if you want to support the channel, there's a link underneath the video in the description section to become one of my Patreons. And you get your name at the end of every video, just like the credits of a movie. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.